Moving to MCQ 3 with regards to transport. Now we have something over here that actually asks for us to describe the process of active transport, particularly the act of, is there a need for us to use a partially permeable membrane? Does it move down a concentration gradient? And for clarification, moving down a concentration gradient indicates you're moving from a region that is of a higher concentration to a region that's of a lower concentration. And lastly, is there any need for us to utilize the energy that's released from mitochondria? To be more specific, the energy that's released when mitochondria undergo your aerobic respiration. Now, a summary over here on the 3 types of basic transport have us using diffusion. We have osmosis. And we have active transport. Now let's talk about the first one in pink color, which is the movement direction. Now diffusion will be moving from a region that is higher to a region that is of a lower concentration. So concentration from high to low. Now for the case of osmosis, it's very similar to diffusion in terms of the movement from high to low, but please use the term of a higher water potential to that of a lower water potential. Now, in addition, for the act of osmosis, it requires us to use a partially permeable membrane. Now, for the case for active transport, it actually goes against the gradient, moving from a region that's of a lower concentration to a region of higher concentration, unlike diffusion that's going from a region that's of a higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Now, because of this against movement, active transport definitely requires energy, and the energy itself is going to be released from mitochondria via the process of aerobic respiration. And aerobic respiration requires 2 starting reactants. And we are looking at the inclusion of oxygen gas that is taken in during the process of inspiration, as well as glucose that comes from our diet. To be more specific, is from the breakdown of starch eventually into glucose. So with this in place, I would say that the act of taking place through a partially permeable membrane is unnecessary. So C as well as D is on the way itself, and moving down a concentration gradient is definitely a negative, because for active transport we are actually going against or going up a concentration gradient, and the reliance on energy is a very big definition and characteristic of active transport. So yes, we will require energy itself. The answer for this question here will be D.